Nearly 1 in 5 US businesses will fail within the first year, according to the latest data from the US Bureau of Labor Statistics. With 32.5 million small businesses across the nation, some are undoubtedly bound to fail whether they're small or big. And businesses can falter out for various reasons, including financial constraints, workforce issues, the owner's burnout. There's so many things. Plus, the percentage of businesses that fail can vary widely based on their state or their industry. If you're planning on starting a small business, it's also very important to understand that the field you're going to go into. If your industry is mining, quarrying, and oil, gas extraction, their business failure rate within the first year is more than 25%. In the flip side, if you're doing something like real estate and rental and leasing, their failure rate in the first year is only about 11.6%. Retail trade is about 12.4%, finance and insurance companies is about 15.3%, education service about 18%. So again, based on the industry that you're going into, the failure rates vary astronomically. So why do so many startups fail, and what are some of these pitfalls that you can avoid yourself? So the first thing that you want to avoid is cash flow problems. See, managing money for many startups is a very new concept. And because of that, 38% of failed startups will point to the fact that they ran out of cash and they weren't able to raise new capital as a central issue. Insufficient cash flow in and out of the business can be a result from a few different things, such as just product failure, failure to capitalize on opportunities, or even hesitation to seek new capital. Many businesses operate on a lean margin, which leaves very little room for financial errors, and success depends on figuring out how to run efficiently to build a cushion and acquire some security and flexibility. 25% of Americans thought about opening a business in the last year, and amongst those people, 40% of them said that they didn't have enough money. Most business owners know that not having enough money is probably one of the biggest issues before even getting started. In fact, some of the biggest problems that people have mentioned is not having enough money, general anxiety or fear that it's not working out, they don't have enough time, they don't have a specific plan or an opportunity yet, too much paperwork, or they can't find a business partner. Which is completely understandable to a degree, but you have to think about what a business is to you. To me, a business is all about solving problems, and if these are problems like not having enough money, general anxiety, not having enough time, then it's about me solving those problems so I can execute my business. And in the same token, like if you have a product that nobody is interested in, then that's also not going to work out. 35% of startups fail because people don't really want or need what they're selling. This means that assessing the potential market is essential to ensure success. Figuring out if there is a market for your product or service requires talking to potential customers and understanding their problems and needs. It's a mistake just to think from your own point of view that if you think a product is good, it's just going to do well. You definitely need to do the market research. And not only do you need to do a research for the market in terms of product and service, but you also want to research your competition. It is super important for you to understand what your competition is doing and how they're doing it. And in fact, 20% of startups fail because they don't do enough research on their competition. Ultimately, there's a bunch of reasons why businesses can fail, and you need to make sure that you're aware of them so you can avoid those pitfalls. So as we discussed, running out of money and or not being able to raise new capital is the biggest reason for failure, but also the lack of market need, being beat by the competition, wrong business models, legal hurdles, and anything else that can potentially go wrong. Always remember that to succeed in business, you need that tenacity and persistence, and mistakes will happen by anybody and everybody. The more mistakes you make, the more you will learn and the more you will evolve. Make sure you invest in yourself. Subscribe to this channel for more content in all things business related. My name is Rai with Company Comprehensions, and I will see you next time.